Hello everyone, hope you are well. Today I wanted to give a video about Test cricket to simplify Test cricket to some viewers and just explain a few terminologies from Test cricket. A lot of people watch a lot of T20 cricket because it's short, but Test cricket is the ultimate cricket, which is a test of your skill, character, patience, everything. A complete cricket comes out of Test cricket. In the old days, there were Test matches that was even played for 6 days, 6-day Test matches, not played anymore. And there were Test matches where there were rest days, doesn't apply anymore. Let me quickly get to it. Test cricket, obviously, two teams bat two times. There are two innings for both teams. And unlike one day cricket or T20 cricket, in Test cricket, you have to take all 20 wickets of the opposition to win a Test match. In one day cricket or T20 cricket, you can restrict the team under your score and you win. But in Test cricket, you have to take all 20 wickets, two innings, 10 wickets, 20 wickets to win a Test match. So you need the best bowlers, fast bowlers, spin bowlers who can take wickets and not bowlers who can just restrict. And as batsmen, you need batsmen who can bat long periods of time with excellent technique, patience, and not batsmen who can just score quick runs. And it is more demanding and challenging to bat in Test cricket because the pitches are normally uh, helpful to bowlers as well, fast bowlers and spin bowlers as well. Some wickets, like in Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand, favor the fast bowlers a lot, and subcontinent pitches like India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh favor spinners as well. So it is absolutely fascinating Test cricket. And Test cricket, one thing, it's played for 5 days, and every day it's 90 overs a day. And it's divided into three sessions: the morning session, then after lunch, the second session, and the final session after tea. And normally it's you can say 30 overs per session makes 90 overs, but in some pitches, some places, you don't always get 30 overs in one session, but eventually 90 overs will be played. So sometimes the first session, second session, or the third session can be the longest, normally the second session. And one of the things that is very important about Test cricket is the ball, because red ball is obviously used and it moves a lot. And after every 80 overs, a team can claim a new ball. So when you bowl with a ball, after 80 overs is completed, you can ask for a new ball. But you can still continue with the ball as well. If it turns, normally no one will take a second new ball, and the ball will turn more. But you can ask for a second new ball after 80. After every 80 overs, you can ask for a new ball. And obviously the new ball bounces more, swings more, seems around more. So it's more challenging to batsmen. And pitch is very important. I mean, normally if you think about one day cricket, T20, you get a lot of flat pitches. And normally people, but in T20s, people bat second to chase. But in one day cricket, you can bat first. But normally, it's not a given rule, but normally in a subcontinent pitch, normally teams would always bat first because it's easier to bat on days 1, 2, 3 probably, but the pitch starts to crumble and the pitch takes a lot of turn on day 4 and day 5. It's very, very hard to bat in India subcontinent on day 4, day 5, because after every day there is a wear and tear in the pitch. And you can see the black spots on the pitch, which is called the rough, which is created by bowlers' footsteps. Like from one end, when a fast bowler bowls, their foot marks creates this rough, the black patches, and it gets more prominent as the days go forward. So by day 4, 5, there will be a lot of rough black patches, sometimes more on certain wickets that crumble faster. So it's very important because when a spinner bowls and the ball lands in those rough regions, it turns a lot more and it bounces awkwardly. So it's and wickets, a lot of wickets can fall when it pitches there. So it's extremely difficult to bat on days 4 and days 5. But when you bat in South Africa, Australia, England, normally New Zealand, a lot of teams that win the toss and normally bowl first, because It could be overcast if it's in England, cloudy conditions where the ball will always swing. And in South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, I'm not saying it's a given rule, but mostly there might be grass in the pitch, which obviously assists the fast bowlers, and the ball seems around a lot, which means moves around a lot, especially in South Africa, New Zealand. The first session, the first 30 overs, the first session, especially the first morning of the first test is always very hard to bat because the ball seems around a lot of movement, and especially with the new ball and the new ball bowlers, this is most challenging to bat on day one, especially in these countries like South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and England. And another thing that I should say is about is a terminology used in Test cricket is a night watchman. Normally, if your team is batting and it's towards the end of the day, let's say there's only 3 or 4 overs remaining, and let's say if two bats, let's say if Dravid and Ganguly are batting, and if a wicket fall, I'm just giving you an example. Ganguly batted after Tendulkar, but let's say Dravid and Ganguly were batting, and if a wicket fell and there were only 4 overs to go, and let's imagine that Tendulkar is the next to come. India would never want to risk a Tendulkar's wicket in the last 3-4 overs of a day where it probably would get out. So India would send someone like Ravichandran Ashwin or someone Zahir Khan. I mean, not a batsman who can't even bat, but someone who has a decent technique. And he would be sent to bat just to block out those 3-4 overs. And the main purpose is to protect the big batsman after that, like in this case, Sachin Tendulkar. Or if Jack Callis was going to bat next, you would send in, let's say, someone like Patson Cox to block out, so that you will say protect Callis or a Ponding or a Lara. So you will try to protect your bigger batsman in the last 3-4 overs of the day, or 5-6 overs, by sending someone called night watchman. That's what means by a night watchman. And like I said, the pitch always fourth. And the obviously big thing is about the follow on. If a team, if let's say if India batted first and India scored 400 runs, and South Africa batting first, if they scored only 180, it means India have a lead of 220. If you have a lead of 200 minimum or more, you can ask the opposition to bat again. So if India scored 400 and South Africa scored 180, in the normal sense, India already have a 220 runs lead, and India can bat again. So if India batted again, scored 250 and declared 250 plus 220, 470 lead, India can declare and ask South Africa to bat. So South Africa in the second innings will need 470 to win. But but normally if you only have like just about 200 lead, normally no one asks for a follow-on. But if India had scored 600 runs and South Africa got only 250, India have 350 runs lead. India, instead of batting again and wasting time, India would ask South Africa to bat again. So South Africa would bat 2 times in a row. So they got 250 in the first innings, 350 deficit. And if South Africa bat in the second innings, and if they only get 300, India would win the match by an innings and 50 runs. Because both innings together, South Africa only scored 550. And India had scored 600, so India will win by an innings and 50 runs. But if India batted, obviously, and had a lead of 200 and scored another 200, declared 400 run lead, and South Africa got 300, South Africa would win by 100 runs. So when you say a team wins by an innings and runs, it means they only batted one time. But there is a lot of things to consider, because when you follow on, if you make a team follow on, that means your bowlers haven't got any rest. They have just bowled all the first innings, and they'll have to continue in the second innings. So the bowlers don't get rest. That's one thing that's always considered. And another thing, if the team batting follow-ons gets a lead, and if they ask you to bat, then you will have to bat last on day 4 to 5, which is difficult. And so that is always, and it gives, if you bat a second time, like don't enforce the follow-on and bat again, the other team will bat. I mean, you are allowing the pitch to get worse, and obviously the opposition will bat last. So that's also main. And a lot of teams have won matches following on. The famous one was that Calcutta Eden Gardens Test, where Australia asked India to follow on. India, they had a massive lead. That's when VVS Lakshman 281 and Dravid 160 on 70, 300 and huge 370, huge partnership. And India got a lead after following on, and Australia had to eventually bat last, and India bowled them out. And that's one of the very rare matches where a team following on batted won the match. Sorry. So normally a lot of teams are reluctant to enforce a follow on because the rest that the bowlers don't get, plus the pitch, you're allowing the pitch to be worse. So these are some of the things that I wanted to say about Test cricket, certain terminologies, and that is very important. And obviously, in Test cricket, you have a lot of close-in fielders, more slips, silly point, a forward short leg for fast bowlers or for spin bowlers. So there are a lot more chances to lose wickets, more catching positions. Whereas in one-day cricket or T20 cricket, you don't have a lot of catchers in position, so there's more risk in Test cricket. So I covered a lot of points about Test cricket. I hope this brings some more clarity about Test cricket, and thank you. I hope you listen to it and understand Test cricket more. Enjoy Test cricket, and thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Take care. God bless you.